In the Ogden School District, we believe by understanding our own strengths and opportunities for improvement, we can better support student achievement. The continuous improvement system of Educator evaluation has been developed to promote student achievement through better practice and to comply with changes in state law regarding teacher evaluation. Developed with a committee of parents, teachers, and administrators, the Continuous Improvement System, or CIS, has the following purposes: to improve student learning through improving teacher effectiveness, to provide a path to recognize highly effective educators, to identify professional development needs and opportunities, to guide personnel decisions, and importantly, to comply with state law and State Board of Education requirements. As part of the Educator Effectiveness Initiative, the Utah State Board of Education requires each local education agency, including school districts, to evaluate licensed educators based on the following formula. 70% is to be based on observation of instruction quality, 20% is to be based on evidence of student growth, 10% is to be based on stakeholder input. While meeting the state requirements, the Continuous Improvement System will also serve as a guide for teachers as they reflect upon personal strengths and challenges. The system importantly provides a format for feedback between the educator and the principal to reach goals. Ogden's CIS process is based on the Utah Effective Teacher Standards, which are 10 standards developed by the Utah State Board of Education aligned with the skills needed to successfully teach the Utah Common State Core. The CIS process assesses a teacher's performance in relation to each of the 10 effective teacher standards. The teacher actively participates in the evaluation process with the principal. Participation includes the use of self-assessment, the creation of student learning objectives and a professional growth plan, response to stakeholder input, observation and demonstrations, formative evaluation conferences, and the presentation of student growth data and artifacts. This video is intended to provide an overview of the Continuous Improvement System, including outlining the major components of the process. If you are viewing this video as part of an orientation, the presenter may choose to stop the program to explain in further detail or answer questions. The first component of the CIS process is orientation. Within 15 days of a teacher's first day of work in each school year, the principal will provide orientation. Viewing this video is a required part of the orientation. The principal will also provide directions for obtaining the Ogden School District CIS Manual, the Rubric for the Effective Teacher Standards, and the document outlining the remediation processes. Observations to be used in evaluation cannot occur until at least 15 days after orientation. The principal will answer questions about the CIS process and provide clarification as requested. Before September 20th, the teacher will conduct a short self-assessment. The self-assessment provides an opportunity for the educator to reflect on multiple types of evidence, including student growth data, past observations, and professional development learning. Using areas identified in the self-assessment, the teacher will identify 2 goals to include in a student learning objective, or SLO, and professional growth plan, or PGP. One of these goals should be a data-driven goal related to student learning, and one should be a professional development goal. These SLO and PGP goals should be written with guidance from the principal. The teacher will explain how the 2 goals will improve student growth outcomes and will include a method for evaluating if the goals were met. Participation in the SLO-PGP process fulfills the state requirement for evidence of student growth to be included in the evaluation and represents 20% of the evaluation. The self-assessment, SLO, and PGP component should be completed before September 20th. School stakeholders, including teachers, staff, parents, and when applicable students, will have the opportunity to complete an online school culture and stakeholder input survey. Results of the survey by school will be shared with teachers to identify areas for growth. Before September 20th, Teachers will create a written response plan, including personal action steps and realistic goals to improve. This component represents 10% of the evaluation process. The observation component provides multiple opportunities for teachers to demonstrate proficiency in using skills related to 10 effective teacher standards. This component represents 70% of the evaluation process. The principal should conduct multiple observations in a variety of venues, including the classroom, PLC meetings, data meetings, and other settings to allow for a comprehensive and accurate evaluation. The intent is to provide extensive opportunities for teachers to demonstrate skills. During the self-assessment component, the teacher will be invited to meet with the principal to review goals and discuss expectations. However, this meeting is not required for subsequent observations. Observations may be for short periods of time or may last for an entire class period. Observations do not have to be announced. The principal will conduct multiple observations during the year. During each observation, the principal will note in Observation Tracker the skills demonstrated and to which standard each skill applies. A teacher may request that one observation be announced and scheduled. Within 7 days of each observation used in the evaluation, the principal will provide feedback to the teacher. During this feedback meeting, the principal and teacher will discuss the strengths and challenges noted in the observation. Written documentation of feedback will also be provided to the teacher. The feedback session should provide a collaborative setting to identify ways to improve student learning. After multiple observations and opportunities to demonstrate skills, the principal will conduct a summative evaluation conference with the teacher. The principal will conduct this summative evaluation twice a year for provisional teachers and once a year for career teachers. Provisional teachers will be evaluated once before November 1st and then again before April 1st. Career teachers will be evaluated once before April 1st. During the summative evaluation conference, the principal and the teacher will discuss the multiple observations previously conducted, the teacher's SLO and PGP plan progress in response to stakeholder input, and other evidences of the teacher's performance, including student growth data and artifacts. Following the summative evaluation conference, the principal will evaluate instructional quality by individually rating each performance indicator on the rubric for effective teaching standards. There are 22 performance indicators on the rubric. Each performance indicator aligns with one of the 10 standards for effective teaching established by the Utah State Board of Education. Teachers will be rated one of 4 rating levels for each performance indicator: not effective, emerging effective, effective, or highly effective. Each of the levels are cumulative, meaning an effective teacher must demonstrate effective skills, as well as those described under the emerging effective indicators. Ratings are intended to indicate areas for improvement to support student learning. Teachers must be provided support to achieve the effective level in a reasonable amount of time. Teachers are encouraged to provide evidence in the summative evaluation conference to support performance indicator ratings. Evidence should be specific to the standard being evaluated and must provide clear information supporting the rating. The principal may also introduce supporting evidence in the summative evaluation. The summative rating for the evaluation will be determined by which rating level has been assigned the most frequently. For example, if a teacher is assigned the effective rating the most frequently, the teacher's summative rating will be effective. If 2 ratings are assigned equally in number, or in other words, a tie, the summative rating will be the more proficient rating of the 2. By identifying highly effective teachers in instructional quality, the district can recognize the contributions of these individuals. Highly effective teachers also can share skills and instructional strategies with other educators, helping to improve student outcomes throughout the district. When it becomes necessary to address ineffective teaching, the principal may choose to place a teacher on Tier 2 or informal remediation if, after at least 2 observations, the principal determines 3 or more performance indicators are rated not effective in Standards 3, 5, and 7, or alternately, if 5 performance indicators are rated not effective on the rubric. Complete informal and formal remediation process procedures are contained in the CIS manual. As an important note, Any teacher who receives a no answer on Standard 10 regarding professional and ethical behavior is subject to the district's corrective discipline process in accordance with state law. In conjunction with the Summative Evaluation Conference, the teacher and the principal will complete an end-of-year review of the teacher's SLO and PGP components. This review will include reflection on the 2 goals established at the beginning of the year, including the data-driven SLO goal and the professional development goal. Successful completion of each goal will be evaluated with a 4-level rating rubric. This evaluation of the SLO and PGP plan fulfills the requirement of incorporating evidence of student growth and is 20% of the total evaluation. The teacher and principal will also complete an end-of-year review of the stakeholder input component. Before April 1st, the principal, in consultation with the teacher, will also assign one of 4 levels of rating based on evidence of progress in response to the stakeholder input goals. The stakeholder input component is 10% of the total evaluation. Using the 70%, 20%, 10% formula required by the state, an overall CIS rating will be calculated corresponding to one of the following: not effective, emerging effective, effective, or highly effective. In addition to this overall performance rating, the CIS process provides specific, actionable direction regarding areas of teacher strength and opportunities for improvement. Supported by the school principal and district resources, teachers can identify focus areas to improve practice. By creating a culture of continuous improvement, we in Ogden School District can support high levels of achievement for all students. Thank you for taking the time to view this video as part of the orientation component of Ogden School District's Continuous Improvement System. Should you have further questions, please contact your principal or visit cis.ogdensd.org.